as I was saying, I've been looking at modern side-by-sides with multi-choke and HP steel proof guns, and so I've been wondering what to get for the marsh. This is what I would like, and this is what I got. A Yildiz side-by-side. Now, there seems to be two extremes in the market at the minute for side-by-sides that have multi-choke availability and are HP steel proofed, really, and I certainly wanted both. The ability to change out your chokes with loading tungsten and other non-toxic shots. I think the market is beginning to future-proof itself by bringing out guns that have both the HP proofing and multi-choke availability for when, it's not a case of if, but when the lead ban comes in and I guess the general shooting population moves over to non-toxics. But at the minute, in the early stages of this shift, there just seems to be both ends of the market available, where you've got the very nice guns like William Powell, Beretta, Fab Arm, where you're talking multiple thousands, or the very other end of the market where you've got Yildiz and Coffs. Although Coffs don't do a side-by-side that I know of, or they certainly don't export it to the UK. So most of these cheap and cheerful Turkish guns are in over and under, and a friend's got a version of this in... Geese flying over, too high now. A friend's got a version of this in over and under and absolutely swears by it. The side-by-sides seem less available. They do a 20 bore, but I wanted to get the 12 because it's a fair bit heavier, so it'll soak up recoil nicer than some of the 20 bores, which are very light, and you load up some of these non-toxic cartridges, 3-inch cartridges, and they seem to pack quite a kick. So I wanted the heavier 12 bore, and it gives me a bit more flexibility in loading up. Nicely laser engraved on. So yeah, how can we fail now that we've got this? It's a 3.5 inch. That's the only shame. I really wanted a 3-inch chamber, would have been perfect, just because the very maximum case length I will ever load up is a 3-inch. Just leaves you that little risk of scoring the forcing cones by not having the case to match the chamber. I don't know, especially with lots of non-toxic options available now, I'm not sure why. I really don't see the attraction of 3.5 inch loads or chambers, to be honest. A 3-inch chamber would be perfect, but you can't have everything. I believe they do a 3-inch chambered one, but I couldn't find it, so we'll give it a go. At the moment, it's just got the factory chokes in, which I think are cylinder and quarter. My eyes are never good enough to see the notches, but I do have a aftermarket choke, which I'm going to put in now. So everyone's got their own opinions about chokes. If you ask 10 people about chokes and what they like, you'll probably get 10 different answers. I personally like the Teague chokes. Teague, either stainless steel or titanium extended chokes. It's just my experience. The best patterns I've seen have been in extended Teague chokes. But it would be nice if you could go to a facility and try these chokes out before you buy, because often you've got to buy half a dozen before you end up with 1 or 2 that you like, but probably suits the choke companies. So I'm going to take that fact. This is a super cylinder, which I think about is, according to their charts anyway, the most open choke that Teague do. So my plan is start with that. I haven't even had a chance to pattern test it yet. I'm just going to shove it in and try it today, and then we'll do some pattern testing sometime soon. And based on the results, I will decide what to get for the other barrel. So yeah, Yildiz seem to have kind of seen the gap and niche in the market for cheap and cheerful guns for wildfowlers, and they've actually called this gun the Wildfowler, probably with that in mind. It seems to be the only budget end side-by-side that's got this HP steel proofing and multi-choke availability. So quite a clever little marketing ploy by good old Yildiz, because obviously nobody's going to go and get a Beretta or a William Powell or a Fab Arm or one of these high-end side-by-sides to take down the marsh with all the salt water and slop and mud and grime and everything. So I'm just saying this is a skein of pink feet coming over, probably about 400 yards high.
Just in case you were wondering, we were out on a morning flight for the geese. Didn't see anything of the grey lags, but there were skeins of pinks coming over and a couple of small groups of pinks coming off the local marsh, but they just swung a bit wide of us. They were within a shootable range, but no chance to christen the new gun. Maybe next time. Thanks for watching.